If you're looking for some sophisticated and subtle fall decorating ideas, I think you're gonna love today's video. I'm so excited to take you along with me as I decorate my living room, kitchen, breakfast nook, and primary bedroom for fall. But here is the twist. We're gonna go with that quiet luxury look. So not a huge abundance of overtly autumn things, but just some nice texture, some nature-inspired elements, lots of layers and warmth. And I'm gonna sprinkle in some styling tips and budget-friendly DIYs along the way. So I hope this video gives you some inspiration on how to decorate your own home for fall in a nice, subtle, and sophisticated way. Let's get started. Let's start with the kitchen. I love creating a focal point on my kitchen island, just something nice and simple because we do use this kitchen a lot for food preparation. So I have this oversized jug. This is from my own shop, Cozy Prairie Linens Co., but you can find any sort of jug like this at an antique store, even at the thrift store. And I'm filling it up with some autumn-inspired stems. So I have these faux stems that I really like the texture and the warm color of, but you could also add some twigs and stems right from your yard. I really loved the inexpensive faux pumpkins that Dollar Tree has in store this year. I thought they looked really nice, so I'm only going to use a couple throughout my decor this year. One tip when you're buying things from Dollar Tree, buy them in multiples of 2, 3, and 4 so you can repeat those elements throughout your home like I'm going to do with these white pumpkins. I'm grouping that together with a nice, beautifully smelling candle. This one is so cozy, and this one is also in my shop. And grouping 3 items together on your island just like this is the perfect arrangement for the center of your kitchen. For another quick and affordable update for your kitchen for the season, you can just simply swap out your tea towels. I love these nice linen ones in these warm, neutral tones. They add such a beautiful and sophisticated touch to my kitchen for the season. I DIY'd this little riser from some extra wood I had on hand. I'll leave the tutorial for that down in the description box below, and it's a nice rustic touch to this corner of my kitchen. I also love these Amazon bottles I found for my oil and vinegar. They add just that elevated look, but they're still practical to use. I'm also adding some faux stems to my range hood, just a couple stems, one on each side to add some texture and that little bit of autumn touch to the space. And here's how my kitchen looks subtly decorated for fall. Now let's move on to the breakfast nook. This is another practical space that I really don't want to over decorate. I'm simply adding another cushion to the built-in breakfast nook that I made. I'm loving experimenting, mixing black and brown tones, those cool and warm tones. And I think especially for fall, it really helps to add some warmth through browns and beiges to your home decor. This cushion cover is a gingham one from my own shop, but you could also DIY your own as well. You can use all sorts of things for runners on your table. This is an Amazon scarf. I love the color and texture. I'm just adding this to the center of my breakfast nook table, topping that off with a textured bowl and just some clippings from my yard. And I love incorporating nature into my space. It's free, it's beautiful, it adds that texture and life and that little hint of fall to my space. I think this whole look in my breakfast nook is so warm and cozy and ready for the season. Moving on to my living room, I'm gonna add some warmth into the space through lots of layers and textures. Piling those throw pillows and those throw blankets into your space is not only practical for you and your guests to use when you wanna be warm, but it also just adds that cozy vibe to the space. I feel like these throw pillows are a great example of quiet luxury, just simple neutral tones. I'm mixing those warm browns with some creams. I also love this beautifully textured throw blanket with the tassels on it, and this adds just a nice little pop of texture to my sofa. I'll leave a link to all of the items I'm using. Lots of them are from my own shop or DIYs that I've done in the past down in that description box below. On my coffee table, I have some more textures and neutral tones. I have this thrifted vase that I filled with some bunny tails, and then I have some of my favorite home decor books that also make beautiful coffee table reading. And then I have these textured boxes from Amazon. These are so awesome. I will link these in the description box below. Inside these, you can hide the things that you don't want to see every day, like remote controls, etc. And they look fantastic on your coffee table. On my sideboard, I'm adding some more faux fall foliage to this DIY vase that I made. You can simply mix up some plaster of Paris, some paint and water to give any vase, even if it's just from the thrift store, this beautiful textured look. I'm also adding an everlasting candle and this DIY Kleenex box I made from an IKEA plant pot and an IKEA lid. Again, we're adding that texture into the space to make our space feel cozy, elevated, and ready for the season. I'm keeping our mantle simple with some simple gold candlesticks, my favorite mirror, and this is the final look for fall. It's so subtle, it's very simple, but I feel like it's nice and cozy and it feels warm and inviting. One of my favorite budget-friendly tips is to shop your home when you feel like redecorating for the season. If you have some pillows in your bedroom, move those to your living room and vice versa. Move things around, change the locations of furniture, and you can make your space feel instantly fresh and new simply by swapping out accessories. Now let's head to my primary bedroom. I love my bedroom. It is my cozy, safe, relaxing space. I always like to keep the tones in here neutral anyhow, but especially for this quiet luxury look we're doing for fall. Of course, I'm starting with my own linen cotton sheets and linen cotton duvet set from Cozy Prairie Linens Co. I love just keeping that warm white neutral base for my bedding. And then I'm going to add my 2 sleeping pillows on top. In front of those, 3 Euro shams. I have a king size bed. If you have a queen, I would do 2 Euro shams filled with fluffy down inserts. That's what's gonna make your bed and even your living room look cozy, to ensure that you're using those nice fluffy feather or down inserts in your space. And then I'm just using 1 lumbar pillow. This is a nice long one, 31 inches, and popping that in front of the Euro pillow. I do have a more layered look for fall. I shared that in shorts and you can check that out right here if you want to add more throw pillows. This one is just a little bit more simple for those of you that don't like 9 pillows on your bed and would rather keep it nice and simple with 1 accent pillow. I'm folding my duvet down to make it look nice and fluffy and cozy, adding a quilt and just tucking that under the fold. And then we're gonna add a little bit more texture to this space with this sheepskin rug, which also makes the room feel nice and cozy. On the nightstands, I am adding some more faux fall foliage in a nice textured vase, some beautiful fall smelling candles, and a little bit of rustic wood through this bowl here. So again, everything is nice and warm and neutral, but we're making this more interesting by adding all of those textures. So that's definitely my #1 tip if you're doing this more neutral, quiet luxury look for the season. If you're using those neutral colors, the whites, the browns, the beiges, make sure to incorporate a lot of texture through something bumpy, something soft, something smooth, something rough, something shiny. If you have all those textures in your space, it's gonna make it feel nice and put together, elevated, and interesting. And don't forget, you don't need to go overboard with decor, especially if you're going for this feeling. Just add a few touches through nature-inspired elements, whether it is faux botanicals or real ones from your yard. You don't have to add tons of pumpkins. You can just add 1 or 2 to centerpieces in your space. Even something like adding a textured throw to your sofa or your bed is gonna instantly make your space feel a lot more cozy for the season. So I hope you enjoyed these decorating ideas and they got you inspired to decorate for fall. Let me know what you think of this look down in those comments below. I would love to hear. Don't forget to check out my shop, Cozy Prairie Linens Co. Thank you so much for your support of my shop so far. It's meant so much to me. I also have tons more DIY ideas using Dollar Tree items. If you're on a budget, this is the video for you. I've made 10 different DIYs for fall with Dollar Tree items. I'm gonna leave that video for you to watch next, right up here.